I was so busy actually watching the intro and going, this is so cool. Just sat there staring at my own Twitch window that I failed to notice that we'd gone live. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Garbler Games. I'm Ben, and we're playing some Spectaculars, which means that previously on Spectaculars. What happened previously on Spectaculars?
Crimes were committed.
Somebody let Alden talk. Go on then, Alden. What happened? Apart from crimes being committed, there was a sandwich.
There was a sandwich.
Sandwiches were stolen and saved Victoria Valentine, my trusty sidekick, from the foul, perfidious, swampy, and soggy minions of some evil cult.
Yes. The symbol of Unan Zacchaeus, the toller of bells, had been burned onto the flesh of some people, and they were kidnapping others and burning it onto them as well, near the duck pond.
Yes, those poor ducks. It is a crime to disturb the ducks of Dunchester. They were gifted by the Queen.
Yes.
Elizabeth the First.
And so your good self, Eternal Justice, and your sidekick, who is not actually your sidekick, Victoria Valentine, who's just a completely normal girl, woman, lady, paranormal investigator.
Person.
Totally.
Millie, tell us a bit about Victoria and why she got invested.
Because she was paid some monies to help, and she needs monies because that's what you buy books with.
Yes.
And then
you have a fridge full of books.
I have a fridge full of books because if you don't keep these ones, nicely refrigerated, they decompose, and then you haven't got the original of whatever from 1832. One of them might be made out of human flesh. I don't know. I haven't had a chance to check the provenance. But yeah, somebody came and paid me some monies to find their human. Their human had got involved in stuff instead of going to school. This was very annoying, but also came with money. So I went to investigate and met Justice. I've met Justice before. And then somehow somebody told a policeman I was Justice's sidekick. And it all went downhill from there. And now I've got an apprentice.
That you didn't want?
Nobody asked me if I wanted the apprentice. It just happened.
Yep.
So that was great. But then...
Yeah, you've got a teenage goth apprentice called Lenore.
Yeah. But then a man from a secret society came and told me expenses were covered. So I'm already hatching a plan to write a very extensive expenses list. And then the mum thinks that my apprentice needs to be bribed to keep out of the papers. So, it's coming up roses. We just need to sort this demon thing out.
Yes. And then after you'd done that, you went into Bangtown.
Mm-hmm.
What was it that drew you there?
There was a graphics design studio where they design graphics.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all Justice knows.
And Justice is several hundred years old and doesn't quite understand the modern world, which is why he likes to work in a law library by day and avenge crime by night.
It's not vengeance, it's justice!
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you went into this graphic design company and nobody was there. And when you tried to get the computers to work, they all popped up with a screensaver that had the same sigil floating around on it, which was, again, the symbol of Unan Zacchaeus, the toller of bells.
Yes.
And clearly they had been making some kind of film or advert or short. And it was out there in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Some kind of sinister and perfidious plot has been hatched by the toller of bells to brand this sigil onto more and more people so that it can break through and gain strength and power.
Yes.
I believe there was an alert at the very end of our episode.
Yes.
Local televisual studio was being assaulted by wave upon wave of strange, blank-eyed people.
Yes,
very
you're quite
akin
right.
to those that had been branded at the duck pond.
Yes.
Ah, the horror of the duck
The
pond.
poor ducks.
Obviously, as you can tell, we're taking this whole superhero thing very seriously,
Yes.
playing it straight down the line. And that's why we felt it was utterly essential that we include the most well-known straight man of Garblag into the mix. It's Jim. What are you playing, Jim? Tell us a little bit about Duke Supreme.
I am playing Duke Supreme, who is a English fellow who owns a bookstore that doesn't make a lot of money at all. It just gets by, and he was performing some rites and rituals with some books he'd got hold of, and there's a bit of an accident, and he became possessed with the spirit of an half demon who was the son of some demon duke. Now he fights with the Guardians of the Rift
That's us.
to not bring justice but bring vengeance for his imprisonment within the Shriven realm. I believe I sold the odd book or two to certain addicts.
Yeah, I think there might be a particular book purchaser who keeps you in business.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without a doubt.
yeah.
Without a doubt.
But
that's
yes,
me.
I am super strong and super tough, and I make my way around the world by using portals. And yeah, I'll wear an all green suit with black edging and a pair of broken manacles.
Excelente. So yes, those portals, they're line of sight. So as long as you're in sight of where you're trying to transport to, it's very much like the portals from that computer game. What's it called?
GLaDOS.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Anyway, it's not important. You've got portals anyway.
Yeah.
And you can use them to move around, which is very, very cool. Okay, so at the end of the last episode, when we had just found out from Jonathan Quince Moore that they had identified a problem at a local TV station, that same problem would have pinged up your notice, Jim, as a place of demonic activity. Something infernal was going on in this particular area of town. It wouldn't have shown you that it was a TV station, but you're quite closely tied and attuned to the rift, so you can sometimes see through the realms and sense when something is breaking through from one place to the other. And you felt something come through and head down into the sort of active, trendy part of town, which is Bangla Town. Lots of Bangladeshi immigrants, lots of really good curry houses, but also loads of nightclubs. Kids call it Bang Town. Lots of new media.
Ah, okay. Well, I shall indeed travel down to where I noticed this infernal behaviour happening.
Excellent. And Alden and Millie, what about you guys? Are you heading there as well? And are you going alone?
Am I bringing my
Ward.
My
Apprentice.
Apprentice, am I?
The recently branded, demonically corrupted teenager.
You know, when you put it like that, I think it's probably best if we just, leave them guarding the books with my dead Roman personal assistant.
Yes.
That's much safer.
Completely safe. Why wouldn't a child be safe in a room full of occult books with a dead Roman ghost?
Sounds fine.
Gonna be fine. Yeah. So
What could possibly go wrong?
I think I'll get my bus pass out, my bag of tricks, and make my way across town. Justice could probably jump from building to building, though.
I will see you there.
Yep. Yep.
And so you both make your own somewhat supernatural ways across
I
the
will
city.
fly to the great radio mast that no doubt erupts forth from the televisual studio.
So that you can hang off of it with your cape billowing in the breeze.
Well, yes.
Seems fair. I would.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Millie, you use your magic bus pass.
Yeah. I do.
Which means you pay no money, but through some kind of karmic interchange, other people end up paying for you if they've abused the system in the past.
And also, there's always stops exactly where I need them.
Yeah.
Just
Well, that is
is
kind
a
of the nature
superpower.
of the underground network in Dunchester, is that the stops themselves are slightly morphic. And from any of them, you can access your secret hidden base, the Temple of Mithras Themesis.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a bit of a fixer-upper at the minute.
We'll stop singing it. But yeah, I will do that. I will give the bus driver a toffee, say thanks, get off exactly where I need to be, look at Justice performing flapping in the kind of stuff with his cape and incredibly ostentatious, and then look around for where I should be paying attention.
Right, the outside of the TV studio, by the time you will get there, is silent. There's a bit of a mess in the car park. Some bins have been tipped over.
Ah, littering!
It's a sure sign of anarchy in the UK.
Yeah.
There's a few broken windows, but there are no security guards in sight. Everything is quiet. Everything is still.
Oh.
Could I watch for trouble, Ben?
Yes, you absolutely can. So
I was
roll a
going to
percentile dice and get
read
below
the
your
situation.
score.
Roll for trouble. There is some called Victoria and some called Justice.
16, 1 6.
Oh,
Nice.
that's a definite hit then.
So what were you doing? Looking for trouble?
Yeah.
Watching for trouble. Okay,
Yeah.
well, it looks like there is no current trouble, but trouble has definitely been here in the recent past.
Okay.
The spirit realm has that faint tang of sulfur to it, like something touched by the supernatural has passed through this area. Alden, from your mast, you notice a green-clad figure of one of your erstwhile allies down below, prowling through the car park.
I will watch from my vantage point. I would like to read the situation as well.
Well, much the same for you. It would appear that there has been recent trouble here, some kind of conflict, but that it seems to have passed now. Everything is quiet and still.
No screams emanating from the building.
No screams emanating from the building.
Interesting.
Millie, as you get off the bus,
Number 27.
the bus driver goes, "Oh!"
You're
and
right.
he spits out the toffee. He's like, "Oh, my food."
Oh.
And one of his crowns has come out, stuck in the toffee. And he's like, "Oh." And somebody says, drive on. You know, rough a minute. And just as you're getting off, there's a car crash in front of you that he would have driven into if he hadn't had that toffee.
Lucky toffee.
Yeah. I get off the bus and say, "A good day." And
Oh, well, I was lucky.
I will be suspicious of how lucky that was, and rifle through my bag for one of the numerous four-leaf clovers I've acquired, and make sure they haven't all wilted and died or something. As I walked.
No, but there is some of your lucky heather stuck in the toffee bag.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. remember to make sure I keep my toffees away from my lucky head. I can't give everybody all my luck. And I will make my way across. I must have a mobile phone.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I mean, unless you want to go like full Dresden Files.
So maybe I will look and see if any of the people are calling 999 or helping each other.
The people who have just had the car ding, it wasn't major.
Okay.
Had there been a bus in the mix, it would have been a lot more serious.
Right. Okay.
But
that's
they've
fine.
ended up just sort of dinging together, and they're exchanging insurance details and talking it out quite civilly.
Okay, that's fine. I will then advance and be like heading towards.
So, Jim, as you're nosing around, you see the familiar figure of Victoria Valentine, PI, enter the TV station grounds.
I will flutter down as well.
I will get into my superhero pose. Okay.
Ah, Duke Supreme! Thank you for joining us.
I am indeed the Duke.
Yes, we never did quite figure out where you got your title.
Well,
but that's fine. It's not a crime.
No.
Anymore.
Names are not a crime.
I'm told.
Yeah, you've probably had that mix-up before.
you have
claiming to be a duke, but I am one. So you
have
stood
had
there.
any dealings with justice?
What brings you here?
The significant scent of sulfur.
Ah, you are here for the Maleficence. Excellent. You can join us in ridding this place of the foul plague that has come upon it. There is a cult loose in Dunchester. They are branding people and stealing their minds. My sidekick, Victoria, can explain the details.
I will indeed smite the ruin on my unnatural fists.
Excellent.
We haven't had chance to discuss the psychic thing, Justice, and I feel like we have a few things to tick off a to-do list before we get paid and have the opportunity to. And I look at Duke. Do I know Duke's alter ego, or do I only know them as Duke Supreme?
I don't know. Probably, given that they're your book dealer.
Oh well, that's what I'm trying to like.
Oh yeah, you've got the sigil that marks you, haven't you? So you would know.
Yeah.
Oh,
You've
okay.
all got the sigil in the palm of your left hand.
Right,
So
fair enough. Cool.
that might be your first contact. You met him as a book dealer and were like, me too.
Me too. And be like, I'm not getting paid that much, but I will be able to settle for, some of what's outstanding. But I do have anyway, later. We'll get to the books later. But yeah, a big list, and there's a few things. Once we've covered all that off, we've been paid, then we're going to have a discussion about this sidekick shenanigan thing. But...
Excellent. There are many things we need to discuss, like who is to buy lunch?
Lenore.
And the return of Toby's sandwich.
Oh, well, yeah, there is the Toller of Bells who is trying to...
Yes, we should deal with that first.
Yes.
And
right,
then...
now, Jim, you would probably be aware of that, given that you're a demonic entity as well. The Toller of Bells is a demonic herald.
Is he to play in this shenanigan?
We believe that he is the one behind the said shenanigans.
So there is more than one.
Multiple shenanigans.
Right. Not sure I've got time for multiple shenanigans, but can we just deal with this one first?
It's a noun, really, isn't it? Is there ever a single shenanigan?
So as you're having this delightfully in-depth and sophisticated conversation that someone is going to have to be paid to ink into, little speech bubbles.
Oh, we're Alan Moore all the way down.
You make your way into the lobby of the TV station, where there does appear to be a little more property damage. There's a couple of bits and pieces on the floor, a few mobile phones, a nightstick, some pot plants have been knocked over.
Oh, not the plants.
There's nobody on the reception desk and nobody on the security station next to it.
This is very laggardly. There really should be people here. Is there any sort of bell? Can I bang the bell?
You could bang
say,
the bell. Well, no,
service!
there isn't a bell. This is a TV station, not like ding ding.
I will bang the desk then. I say, service, is there anyone here?
I will also bang the table when nothing happens. A little harder, probably a little bit too hard.
Duke, you're
Can I
going
just
to have to
look-
pay for that later.
Look for someone? What would that be? What's the...
So where you are, you can see office furniture haphazardly strewn about. There's an abandoned security guard's post. There's a wall of security monitors behind that,
Aha!
which seem to be showing chaos ensuing throughout the building. There are people running. It looks almost like a zombie invasion.
Oh,
Only you know the people aren't really zombies.
I will...
There's a fire alarm going off upstairs, and you can just distantly and faintly hear the sound of the news helicopter up on the roof,
Right.
like it's ready to take off.
Oh,
Duke, could you get us to any... Do you need to... How... I've never had a whole conversation about how these portals you have work. Is it just for you? Can we in a future point in time perhaps go to a place like a very big library, take books out and go out via not the front desk? You know, is that...
this does not sound like good practice.
It's just... But do you have to see both points? Is this allowed? Can you get us to some of these people without us having to wander around the building?
Millie,
Line
make
of
one of
sight
your
is indeed
investigation-y skills, please. Well, we got read the situation would probably do the job, to be fair.
46.
Okay, on a 46. Complication. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh no.
You realize that this is not only the TV station, that there are other offices in this building. And you see on the monitor that there are 2 offices currently where people are inside, and there are people banging on the doors with chairs trying to knock down the doors to the offices to get to the people inside, and they're barricading themselves inside and like frantically shouting into phones and calling out for help.
Is there like a tannoy? Is there like a in the security guard thing, like a...
Not for the
hello?
entire building, no. There's a phone there. If you
no.
knew the extension number you wanted to call, you might be able to find it.
Are there people in need, Victoria?
Yes, look, and I'll point to the people in the pictures, in the videos on the TV screen.
How do I
Am I
get
clutching-
there?
Am I clutching at very small straws by asking if line of sight means the television as well?
I was wondering.
It's an interesting idea. I think if you were to
Some sort of roll, maybe.
succeed dramatically enough, say if you could work up some advantage dice before trying to portal through.
How do I do that?
You do that by being heroic, by describing your actions heroically, by leaping to the defense of the poor and the downtrodden.
Well, that's what we're trying to do.
Oh no. I think if I was being over heroic though, I'd pull one of the televisions off and sort of concentrate on it and then rip it from its plug.
So you rip the television off of its monitor screen, you stare into it heroically.
I can't see it no more.
They're still wired in. You can still see
okay.
the picture.
Take my hand. Give me some power.
Okay. You have my justice.
All right, then you roll a percentile dice, and I'll roll you 2 advantage dice. Oh, both successes.
Nice.
18, 1, 8.
Oh, that sounds very
Oh.
heroic.
With a mighty strain, you draw on your portal power and gaze into the screen, and you create an opening inside the corridor leading to what appears to be some kind of office, and another portal right where you are.
Charge!
Yeah.
Follow
So
me
all
through
3
my
of you leaping
supreme
through the
portal.
portal.
I'm swooping through the portal.
You're swooping through the portal.
I'm swooping.
I will just
Da, 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 da.
just run.
Just stroll like a fag.
No, smoking's bad for you, and also it could get
Good.
into the books and burn books. So I'm not down for that.
Excellent.
I will run through the portal.
Okay, so you burst through the portal into the corridor, whereupon you see. I've just realised I haven't put the striker into the initiative card.
I'll just
Al
sit here.
wouldn't even get a go.
I'll just drink my tea. It's all right.
So
I
you
might wander
swoop
after a
through
while.
into the corridor, and you can see another mass of those branded minions. These guys are looking a little bit shabbier, like they're office workers, but somebody's taken their jackets and ripped open the backs of their shirts, and they've all got a very fresh looking brand
Mm-hmm.
at the top of their back.
Duke Supreme, try not to injure them too much. They know not what they do.
It is not a problem. And I'm going to hit the floor with 2 hands, trying to smash the floor in underneath them. Could knock us through those as well. So.
I can fly. It's
Okie
fine.
dokie.
I can't fly.
Nor can I.
Oh, good.
So make a super strength roll.
46.
That's below. That is below.
Yeah.
So on a 46, and if you want to spend your hero point,
Okay.
you can also use that to affect a whole group of minions.
Okay.
So Duke Supreme leaps through the portal and slams his mighty demonic fists into the ground, the manacles clanking as he does so, and a shockwave ripples out from where he strikes, knocking. Hang on. How many groups of minions have we got there? Well, we've only got the one group of minions there. So you blast them onto the floor, shaking them all around, knocking them all into a dazed position. So they're all laying on the floor and they're dazed and stunned. What do you want to do?
I'm going to wade in. In fact, I'm going to pick one of them up by the legs and use him as a 2-handed weapon against the others there.
Okay, so we've got initiative cards for this.
Excellent.
And basically I pull the initiative card off the top and we see that who goes first? Oh, it's the complication that goes first.
Oh no.
So the people in the office seeing this happen back away from the door, which yawns open.
Oh, fools!
Next up is the minions, and they start trying to get groggily to their feet, but that's all they can do this action, because you've just stunned them all and they're all a little bit woozy. Next up is Victoria Valentine, our artillery.
All right. As they're all on the floor, can I just explode them?
You can, but it's not going to leave them very alive, potentially.
Oh.
Or you may not care.
It's okay. I've got necromancy. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's so
Kill
much
this
better.
squad of minions and turn them all into the undead servants to then better take on the rest of them. See, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of this bunch.
So I'll stand there. I'll begin to conjure a giant fireball, and look at.
Bear in mind
Justice.
that Jim hasn't dispelled his portal yet. So you've got a portal there that leads back to the security desk.
Are you saying I should just turn around and run away?
No,
No.
not saying you should.
You could
But
maybe
you're the clever
rescue
one.
the people.
Alright, so I would still like to use explosions, but in a slightly more controlled manner. This is my explosion hands.
Yep, explosion hands.
Okay.
I'd like to
I remind you, you also have illusions.
yeah, and necromancy.
But explosions are more fun.
Explosions are my big power.
It's true.
Go for
So
it.
so I'm either gonna try and explode the door and shout at the fools, the humans, the people in danger, run through the magic portal, or no, I'll do that. I want to explode the door, and be like,
So you
"Don't-"
take the door, the hinges,
Outwards.
the frame, all of that.
Oof. Maybe some of that shrapnel will hit the bad guys and give them vicious splinters.
Blast it into flinders, yeah.
And then shout at the people like, "Go, go, go! Get out the way! Come on, out! It goes to the front door. Let's go, go, go!"
When they see two costumed heroes and a lady with a bag,
Yes.
they start running for the portal, knowing that if
go, go.
supers are here, it must be quite serious. Next up, it's the striker. It's Eldon.
Aha! I will swoop in, whirling my flail of justice, trying to barrel the miscreants away from the door to leave a clear path that Victoria has very cleverly started to create, and I will complete.
Okie dokie, roll your signature weapon then.
Basically attacking. I'd like an advantage dice, please, Bob.
I think that seems fair, given that you described that beautifully.
I'm doing up close melee attacking. So.
Yes, you get 2 advantage.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's 52. So that's a success with a lot of
Success.
whopping.
So you swing your flail in a broad, sweeping arc, and you catch several of them as they're getting back up, batter them into the corridor and the walls, knocking them back down.
I
Now, you're not trying
strongly
to
suggest you
injure an
stay
individual.
down.
But you go for an area attack and batter them all out the way again. Next up, it's tanking time. Jim,
Bum, bum,
you pick up
bum.
one of
Okay.
the minions and use him as a weapon against the others.
Could I actually rip him in half, or is that not the thing to do?
You could, but these people are innocent victims.
So they're not minions.
They are minions, but they're
Of evil.
unwilling minions who have
Yeah,
been
they've been
controlled by
mind-controlled.
demons.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, okay, they're not minions of evil then. No. Okay, yes, I
Not
should
by
pick one up by
choice.
the legs and hit him with, well, hit them with him.
Okay, make a super strength roll.
That's the humane option.
Feel my supreme.
Got 2
strength.
choices. I could pick him up and rip him in half, or I could just pick him up and use
I
him
could
as a
be
bludgeon.
nice and just use him as a club.
58.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
That's in.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's an advantage for you as well, because picking a guy up and using him as a club when you've got super strength is pretty classic.
Yeah.
Which means, last of all, the event. What event? Why is this in this initiative deck? This should be in this initiative deck. Ignore the event. There is no event to see here.
Everything is fine. Please make your way calmly to the portal. Do not run. Well, actually, run.
The people
Run.
are running out of the way,
Do not trip. Make sure you've got your
clearing
buddy.
the complication.
Phew. I was useful.
You were.
Oh,
Now, what do you want to do with these guys? You've battered them around and they're not looking terribly well off.
Can we restrain them in some way? Do we know, Victoria, do we know any way to cleanse them of the curse of the Toller of Bells? Maybe Duke,
rip them limb from limb,
maybe not
bathe
Duke.
in their blood.
Victoria, possibly a different suggestion. Just taking things on. We're just spitballing here. It's fine. There are no bad ideas. Well, there are.
There are bad ideas, and
There
that's
are.
one of them.
Yes.
So one of my things from being like the occultist is I get free information, as if
Yes.
but so can I know Did I use that? I don't think I used that last session.
It doesn't matter. It's per session rather
is it?
than
Oh, okay,
per
cool.
story. That seems like a fair way to do it.
Yeah.
So while I was waiting for my apprentice's mum to come and pick her up or something, I was researching this or something. Or on the bus, I had a book on the bus. I was reading on the bus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Breaking the sigil
Mm-hmm.
will break the control. I mean, it's not nice because to do it quickly, you've kind of got to be a bit messy about it.
Yeah.
But if you
Get
can
a
break
marker
the
pen?
sigil, you can
Would
break
that
the
work?
control.
Break the sigil, break control. Could I could I use a very small explosion near this? No, okay, no, maybe not.
Let's see, why not?
We need
Go for it.
A very small explosion next to this person's spine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's fine.
the other
What
thing.
we need here is a tattoo artist.
That's not one of my skills.
Would a marker pen work?
I mean,
Beowulf's gave me a great idea.
what's that?
So we open 2 portals. Well, it's just me on that one. But if Justice stands on one portal and I stand on the other, we could punch them back and forth through the portal in a game of supernatural tennis.
Super Pong. Excellent.
Illusion wouldn't work. I could make the skin. I could try and use a very focused necromantic.
I mean, you could also use a knife.
Yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't involve my superpowers.
It doesn't. It's true.
Like, I've studied for this shit. I want to use it. No, all right.
Said we didn't have any superpowers.
No, that was Millie talking, not Victoria. Yeah, I've read about all this. What's the point of reading about it all if I don't apply the knowledge? All right, I will try and rifle through my bag and find some sort of knife, a mundane thing.
So while Victoria's just mumbling away to herself, I kind of vision that Duke and Eternal are just wandering around punching them back into the ground.
You got
until
up,
they get
lay
up.
down. You got up, lay down.
Oh, stay down. Bang.
That seems fair.
How's it going, Victoria? Got a
I-
plan?
I'm not sure a butter knife would work. Give me a moment, and I will pull out more esoteric junk.
So
from my
might be
bag.
something
eventually
in the
a pen
office,
knife is
maybe.
found.
Yeah.
Oh, good grief.
It's not even a Swiss army knife. It's like an Austrian army knife.
Yeah.
So it's just a knife.
Very similar in many regards, but it hasn't got the little Victorinox cross on it.
Yeah. All right, I will do that. I will find that, and I will.
It's compatible. It's Swiss army compatible.
Do I have to like remove the whole thing, or just remove?
No, if you
portion
break
of
it.
Well,
Okay. So I will.
clearly, we're getting a little bit bored with the thinking part of this. So, is there any chance that I can running power bomb one of these through the portal to find out what Millie's doing, like following it through as well?
What, back through to where you came?
Yes.
Where you just evacuated all the civilians to?
Yeah, that's the one. Hopefully they've run away by this point.
Yes. So, all right. So
Yeah.
you power bomb one of these cultists, not actual cultists. Cultism may vary.
Unwilling pawns in an
Unwilling
evil
pawns
game.
of devils. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. You pile drive one of them back through the portal.
Victoria, have we found a solution yet?
I've got this knife. I'm going to try and cut some of this sigil off one of them. Which one is the least healthiest looking one? Like, if I'm going to
It's
do
the one that Duke was using as a club. Maybe that one.
if I'm going to do something experimental, might as well like do it on the one that's probably mostly dead anyway. And then I've
Would you
saved
like to
the-
use my supremely sharp claws?
No, this knife I think is probably optimal in this case. Supreme Duke.
So yeah, there is an older gentleman with his hair combed over, all the way, and a small moustache on his upper lip, who looks like the least cultisty guy you could ever possibly imagine. Looks like he wouldn't say boo to a mouse, let alone a goose.
Well, he's probably now said hello to Duke Supreme's elbow and armpit as he's been clotheslined and.
He's had his time.
Yeah.
They've all been battered around. They're all bruised and scraped and bashed about a bit, except for the guy that got clotheslined, who's just kind of twitching on the floor, like he's trying to get up, but he's got this big half demon, super strong superhero kind of sat on him, holding one of his legs.
I will go to this old dude with the comb over and try and break the sigil, break the brand with my knife.
There's blood. You get it on your hands. It's not fun. But as you chop out a little bit of the sigil, he kind of flops to the ground like a fish as all of the pain and stress catches up with him at once, and he just kind of passes out.
I'll check his pulse just in case.
He is alive.
Excellent.
He's alive. He's bleeding a bit from the back of his neck. His shirt's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
Did you just remove part of his spine?
No, just part of the sigil.
Yes, Victoria has broken the curse. I'm going to take a marker pen I found in the office, and I'm just going to put a tick on that chap's head and then pass him through the portal. So we can keep track.
And then I will make my way around the rest of these minions to try and release them from this curse.
Okay, so you make your way around the minions, and you spend a few minutes chopping out little bits of sigil.
Mm-hmm.
Pick.
And passing them to Alden, who puts a tick on their head, and passes them to Jim, who tells them, just kind of leaves them piled up in the lobby.
Duke Supreme.
I will, as gently as I can, I will supremely gently pass them through the portal.
You're on the other side of the portal now. You're back in the lobby with the pile driven guy.
By the front door. Yes. Can you see any more areas of miscreants on those screens of information?
Yes, you can, Jim.
Oh, okay.
There appears to be, for some utterly weird reason, a veterinary surgery on the 3rd floor.
Huh?
They have knives. Why didn't we go there?
I don't have a map of this location.
And the door's just been smashed in by a horde of these unwilling cultists.
Oh, are there poor little creatures in peril now?
And they're running into this veterinary practice.
Can I see what floor it's on?
It's on the 3rd floor.
And which
Your
floor
portal
we've
at
just
the
been
minute
to?
is in the lobby and on the 1st floor.
Oh, quick, back through the portal.
All right, I will take
I will
a sigh
attempt.
and follow.
I'll take it. I'll have an attempt to open a
You
new
won't be
portal.
able to, because now that if you're shutting down that portal, you've then got 2 cooldown tokens before you can portal again.
Okay. We might have to take the stairs.
I'm just about to say the stairs.
To the stairs!
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. I could fly. Why am I taking the stairs?
Yes, I too will run up the stairs.
By the way, Veronica
500,
Beowulf are
you
basically
know.
having a discussion about how you could use superpowers in epic wrestling. In the aberrant setting, there is a superpowered wrestling organization that does deal with superpowered wrestling, which is quite cool.
Okay.
Excellent.
But that's not what we're playing. We're playing Spectaculars.
Mhm.
And we're running up the stairs spectacularly. It's like 60s Batman up in this place.
Yep. I haven't got that as a.
This is why I fly.
That's probably your ringtone whenever Eternal Justice phones you, isn't it?
Probably. It is now. If I've left my phone with Lenore for more than 10 seconds, it is.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I always have it on silent. I'm not interested.
So you burst out onto the floor where the veterinary surgery is. You can hear violence being done inside. Screaming, shouting. A goat bleats.
No! A goat? Inside the city zone?
I will.
Gonna have to check that one.
Justice, you're first because you can fly.
I will swoop into the veterinarian surgeon, which for some reason has been put on the 3rd floor, much against regulations.
I don't know what regulations you're working from, but they are quite dated. So you burst in and they're on the floor. You can
Very
see
old.
that 2 cultists are holding down a veterinary nurse, while a 3rd one is about to try and cut the brand into her with one of their
No!
scalpels.
Unhand that aid worker! They are the true heroes.
Thanks. So Jim, you burst in right on his tail.
Okay, I should try and jump in between the 2 cultists and the veterinary nurse / aid worker, and I will put my arm in the way.
Interpose your super toughness.
Yes.
Excellent shout. Right, roll your super toughness.
Love it.
51.
They bring the blade down and it snaps on your arm as you stick it in the way. With a ping, the blade flies across the room and embeds itself in the wall nearby. So the minions instead jump on you and try and bear you to the ground.
Ah,
They
good luck
do
with
not
that.
succeed in doing so. They jump on you and hang off of you like small children at a wrestler's showing off party. Next up is the striker. Aldoon, that's you.
So is the animal nurse now safe?
She is surrounded by people and superheroes all bustling and fighting one another.
Can I
So not
raise...
entirely safe. She's kind of curled up in a fetal position.
Can I stand over her and close my wings of justice around her to form an impenetrable shield?
Is this your darkness?
Yes, that would be my darkness manipulation.
I believe you
Make
should pull the
it
bat thing.
sound more cool. I have indeed.
Awesome.
So she disappears under this all-cloaking darkness as you summon it forth. Victoria, you're up next. I have to put these in front of my head so we can see them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they
Indeed.
disappear into the background.
Yeah.
I'm like the anti-gambit.
Indeed. What do I want to do? So, I will. These guys are. They're being directly controlled though, so I can't bluff this out, can I? All right, never mind. That was my plan there.
No, unfortunately, their mind control renders them immune to such trivials.
Yeah, that was my plan then. So I will if I raise the dead here, am I gonna have an army of spectral cats and dogs and thing? Yeah, I'm gonna necromancy.
Goats.
Necromancy. Do you want me to roll under?
I do want you to roll necromancy. If you're going to have an army of ghost cats, I want to see this.
I wish double numbers was like some sort of special crit, but this is 44.
44 is still a success, though.
Yeah.
And so, with your necromancy, now it says you can raise a corpse or skeleton, but I like the idea of spectral cats instead.
Yes.
So all the critters that have died in this veterinary surgery over the years, of which there's a few, they create basically a spectral undead cat horde, gerbil horde, bunny horde, rat horde with
Talk of
50
goats.
resistance.
Yeah.
Oh, and that gives you an ally card to throw into the mix.
It does. And I will will point at the minions. The things is they are trying to injure those who would have gave everything to save you. Incapacitate them. Stop.
Incapacitate.
Look over my shoulder at Justice. Incapacitate them.
Yes, very good.
There we go.
This
Your
partnership
spectral
is working
cats
out
are now
very
a thing.
well.
And then yes, I create undead.
So this whirling tornado of spectral pets crashes into these possessed individuals, and they're covering their faces and trying to sort of push through, but they're getting loads of little tiny spectral cuts and scratches on their faces and arms as they do so.
Mm-hmm.
A voice from the operating theatre shouts through, "I've got the fire escape open. We can get out."
Go! Flee!
Yeah, unfortunately, the veterinary nurse can't hear because she's completely surrounded in smothering, impenetrable darkness.
It's not smothering, it's protection. Smoking like a good mother.
Eddie, come on!
Believe that may be the name of the animal nurse.
Yes.
She kind of crawls out of the darkness with this look of abject horror on her face.
You're safe now.
And this other voice goes, "Get the cat!"
There's a cat.
And Jenny
Duke,
grabs a cat
look
in
for
a
the cat.
box and runs
Okay, good.
into the operating theatre. "Thank you," she calls
You're
back to you.
welcome.
As she
Thank you
disappears.
for all your work.
"Oh, no, thank you, citizen."
Is there
You're the
one?
true
Is there an
hero.
opportunity to have like thought bubbles? Like, because we go, "Thank you for all your work," and I look at all the spectral cats and go, "She's not that good."
Oh!
Just
Zing.
like, but I keep it. That's my inside voice. That's like my thought
Yeah,
bubbles.
yeah.
That's my inside voice.
So you have just fully progressed the complication out of
Ooh,
existence,
hurrah.
successfully rescuing the prisoners, which means that you all get a hero point and your public reputation goes up by 1.
Nice.
That is exciting.
Because these people will talk to people and those people will talk to other people, and your reputation as heroes will go up.
So I have a hero point versus the other folk who have 3 now.
3. Yeah. You know. Hey ho.
Hey ho.
Right, you've got a hero point.
I'm
Yeah.
now officially a hero.
Yeah. Congratulations, Miss Valentine.
Nice.
What are you going to do about these remaining unwilling cultists?
Well, there's plenty of knives up here.
Yes. Instead.
So
of,
you're repeating
So-
the same procedure again.
Yes.
You all have a go.
I can-
So,
Spirit of sharing.
Jim, go.
Duke.
so is there still 2 that are sort of climbing on me?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them hanging off of you in various ways, trying to like beat on your sinewy rock-like muscles.
Okay. Could I jump through the window and let them feel the supremely overbearing force of gravity?
you could do that, yes.
Ah, I thought you said you couldn't fly.
He can't.
No, you can't. Oh.
Right, Jim, you would take 43 points of damage from the fall.
Okay.
However, what's your resistance? Your resistance is invulnerability, isn't it?
Yes.
And you're super tough. So you can roll your super toughness and see if you can see how much of that you can resist.
Ah, that's how that works.
65.
So that's 56 because you reverse it. Is 65 a success?
Yes.
Okay, so 56 points of damage negated. You take no damage from the fall. However,
They do.
they do. And they're all kind of laying on the ground with like blood trickling out of noses and ears, and they're not getting up or going anywhere. There are some broken limbs on these people. A few of them might be able to drag themselves by one arm, but they're not going to be posing any threat to you for a while.
Yeah, I'll throw them over my shoulder and take them into the area where we put the bodies. Cleared the streets up basically to make it look nice and clean.
Because littering is a crime.
Yes, littering is a crime.
Oh, Jim spent one of his hero points, Millie.
All right, cool. I will make that disappear in a moment.
And for a moment, it all goes eerily quiet.
I don't think we've really got to the root of the problem.
In and around the TV studio, and then you hear like a high frequency hum. And a small TV screen in the vet studio flickers into life. And that sigil appears on that 1 minute long looped video.
Bad.
Appears on the screen.
Where is it coming from? We must stop it.
Underlying voice seems to be saying something that you can't quite make out. Like a low, rumbling, commanding tone, almost hypnotic in nature. Oh, Jim, this is the first time you've experienced this broadcast. So I will need you to see if you can resist it. But you are half demon, so roll a percentile dice and get under 70%.
0.8.
Oh, yes, you can see the work of an infernal in this, and beneath the sigil that you can now see on every TV screen in the lobby, you can hear this commanding voice instructing people to put that sigil on themselves and then to mark others with it. And for them to mark others and others and more.
So would I have a grasp of electricity and where it goes in the building?
Not particularly. As a recluse, you generally don't. That would come under anything else.
Okay.
50%, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to see if ripping a street light out of the ground and then plunging it in with a metal bit will like short circuit the TV studio.
I mean, it looks amazing when you do that. It won't, but it looks really heroic.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to spear this hole I've created by ripping it out with the other end of the...
Oh, so you're not shoving it straight through the screens. You're shoving it back into the hole it came out of.
Yeah.
It's like the
A couple of other
superhero-
streetlights nearby blow out, but nothing else happens.
Did I see a transmission tower when I flew in and posed heroically?
Yes, you stood on it.
I'm going to go and hammer it. Because I don't understand how any of this works, but I've seen a tall tower with, like, lightning bolts coming off it. And this leads me to believe that this is how it propagates itself. Miss Valentine, if you have a better idea, now would be the time.
No, I think you should go and do that whilst I look for the room that they're pressing the go button in. And I will...
Okay.
I will run into this... there must be like a sign or like a on this floor kind of thing.
Yeah, the TV studio occupies the 2nd, 4th, 5th, and 6th floors.
Send a signal when you find their location.
Indeed, I will
fly out
and
the window.
Broadcasting is done from the 4th floor.
I will
5th floor is executive offices.
sigh and run upstairs.
I've flown out the window that Jim jumped out of.
Oh, have I got an event card in here? No, I need an event card. I shall be adding an event card to the initiative deck. When the event card comes up, that means that the insidious evildoers have advanced their plan by one step.
No.
The broadcast has begun. There is now an opposed challenge between you and the broadcast. Each time the event comes up, it gets advanced one step. Once it reaches 3 steps, it means it will have affected everyone in the city.
Well, that sounds bad. Let's not let that happen.
I don't think I like that.
I'm going to shout down and go, Duke, I need you on the roof.
Millie, as you run up the stairs, you hear a scream from inside one of the cupboards in the stairwell. Looks like it's where they store fire equipment.
I will open it.
Don't hurt me!
No, I'm not here to hurt you. Where do you broadcast from?
Fourth floor. All the tech stuff's on the 4th floor. But they're trying to get us. We need help. You've got to help us.
That's Justice and Duke Supreme are also here to help. I happen to just be here as well. Do you know how to work the broadcast things?
No, I'm a secretary.
Okay, run
I
downstairs.
work on the
and
executive floor.
What's ooh? So do you sign like checks and stuff?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Well, more purchase orders.
Yes, indeed. Right.
Nice. Ooh, conflicting loyalties.
Yeah. No.
Hey, Justice isn't here.
Yeah.
Milk it.
Yeah.
Get paid.
I'm just like the TV studio needs to purchase lots of things. I will be like Victoria Valentine, PI. Doesn't mean what you think it does. We have cleared the lower parts of the building, but I might need some help in a little while on the executive floor. So go downstairs, be safe, but be safe where I can maybe call you back later when I need your assistance.
She gives you her ID card, which is like an RFID card. Just look, this will get you in wherever you need to go. I've got access to all the floors just in case.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. And I will, I'll give her a toffee. Thank you. You know.
She kind of looks at this warm, slightly sticky toffee, and runs down totters down the stairs.
And I will continue being annoyed about stairs and be like, I must find some sort of artifact, or perhaps I can get Lenore to research a simple flying charm. And then carry on running.
The apprentice you didn't want suddenly has a lot of uses.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I could make them do the menial research, and I could do the cool research. And I will continue running towards the broadcast suite.
Okay, so you continue onto the broadcast suite. Up on the roof. Up on the roof.
Can I use this street light that I've ripped out the ground and attempt to pole vault onto the roof?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be a super strength roll, to be fair.
Okay.
It's the only way you've got any hope of pole vaulting up 5 floors.
Gonna be cool though.
62.
Is your super strength above
I think it's
60%?
the top one, isn't it?
To 80, yeah.
80, yeah.
Then
super
you
strength is my main.
make it by a long shot, and you jab this thing into the ground.
Fly
and you,
past it. Ah!
vault yourself up onto the roof. I mean, it's not the most graceful landing you could ever have made, but you make it up there, and you kind of dent this radio antenna as you get up there and shoulder barge into it.
More of that. I'm going to start flailing at it.
Bong, bong. So
Has
two
it
of you are
got
going
those
to work
sort
on the
of
tower.
round things, like the round squishy things you get on cell towers? Has it got those? So
Yeah.
I'll be flailing at those at the top. If Duke, try and take out its legs. Remember when we fought the tripods?
I should try and power lift it off the roof.
I mean, lift with your core, not with your knees.
Right. If you work together, then
Yep, that's what we're doing.
harmonizing.
I can
Teamwork.
do a teamwork. I will spend a hero point to do a teamwork maneuver.
Yeah. If you want to do a teamwork maneuver, that's awesome. So if you both spend a hero point, then Alden,
Yes.
you roll your signature weapon, and Jim, you roll your super strength.
Excellent.
It says I can add 2 advantage dice if I spend a hero point for a teamwork maneuver.
There you go.
I have got 40 dead.
Ah.
We're not supposed to be killing them.
No, don't kill them. I've got 58.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Arnamichi called it.
Did we break it?
No, I'm just looking up
Veronica.
advantage dice to make sure that I'm sorry. You got you got 4 advantage dice. 2 of them are successes. Each one adds to the success by about 10 damages worth. So, Alden, what did you get?
I got 58.
58. Is that a success for you? Yes, it would be.
Yep.
The
Oh, yeah,
lowest
signature weapon's my
superpower is
top
60. Jim, you got 14. And plus
40. 40.
40 plus
40.
2 advantage. So between the 2 of you, you bash and tear and rip at this audio tower for a couple of minutes, and it starts to come away with a shrieking, grinding noise. Millie, you can hear this inside, and so it appears can some of the minions. As you're coming up the stairs from the 3rd to the 4th floor, a cohort of minions goes running out up the stairs towards the roof.
Excellent.
Can I create an illusion of all the rubble and everything has fallen? Like the crashing noise was the building falling down, and like the way is blocked.
It's a big one that might cost you your hero point.
Yeah. If I can pull it off, it'll be epic. If not, I will remain.
Cry.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
remain
roll
grumpy.
your illusion, and we'll see how well you do.
All right. My illusion is 70.
Let's see your illusion casting face. I've seen your fireball face.
I don't know. Constipated face. Illusion face. Yeah. That's a 47. The dice like me this week. They didn't like me
So
last week.
yeah, you pull your constipation face, and you conjure an illusion of bits of the building starting to shake loose. The minions appear not to care particularly, and start climbing over the rubble that's not there. So it looks quite funny to you, because it looks like amateur dramatics gone wrong. But it has slowed them right down.
Oh, okay. As long as it slowed them down.
And they're very clearly concentrating and probably won't notice you if you want to sneak past.
Yeah, I'll make my way. I'll make my way in the world today. I'll give it everything I've got.
That's a sneak around roll then, which is a normal
Wouldn't
skill
you
roll.
like
for a PI.
You got it. No,
Sometimes
it's
you
a
wanna
65.
Where
Victoria Valentine does not
everybody
sneak.
knows
But 65 is
me.
what you need.
Oh, is it? Oh, phew. I thought it was a
Yeah.
50% one.
No, sneak around is 65%. So you scrape it. You absolutely scrape through behind them, letting yourself in. I mean, if you'd had to pick the lock as well, there's no way that would have worked. But you buzz through with the girl's key card, and you're into the studio.
Okay. As I look around, can I see
Yes.
plug to unplug, like a 3-phase
Now,
plug?
the studio is a mess. There's the background drone of a TV station test program, hot overhead lights in the newsroom, big bulky TV cameras, which are all connected to the production booth by thick cables. There's a thick glass window separating the studio from the booth, rows and rows of video production equipment inside. And there's a craft services table there as well with some slightly stale looking donuts and one of them squeegee things that produces coffee.
All right.
Ooh, that's a crime.
For explosions, I can. If we're in like we're still doing turns and stuff.
Right, I am going to go into initiative turns now because we've let you have a couple of almost free goes as you
Yes,
set things
indeed.
up. But I think now we're in enough of a position where we can find out that first up is actually you. So continue.
Okay.
Hey.
So I will put the 3 time tokens on my explosions, and to make it an area effect. And just now there's nobody around, including Justice. Explode it all.
Production room, the cameras, the newsroom.
Where?
What you can also see in the newsroom is that there's another couple of squads of people just sort of milling around slightly. There's a few hostages being held.
Darn it.
And you can sense a presence in the room.
Fireball.
Yeah, I didn't ask
but
how
you
big
can't
the room
pinpoint exactly where it is.
All right. So
Target the whole room.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's the only way to be sure.
Let me, as your action, I can
So area effect, you could get either the production suite, the newsroom floor, the cameras.
Let's go with the production suite. Let's be like, blow that all up. So I'm going to put it to make an area, and then I have to roll under 80. Which I do. It's a 34.
Okay, so the production suite erupts in a little cascade of fireballs. Hey, this isn't nightlight.
No.
This is magic. None of that superpower nonsense.
None of you could do this if you wanted, Beowulf. You could do
Just
this.
read a
You
book,
just have to read the
Beowulf.
books. Read the books. Get some sulfur. Leave it in a silver cup for 4 days, and then do it yourself.
So the production suite lights up. You can hear the cracking and shattering of the extra thick glass on the production suite. The minions sort of suddenly shake themselves and start looking around.
And then so I did that.
And then
and I'll try.
that's your go.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, I was like, oh.
Then it is. Oh, that doesn't look
Oh, the villain.
Ooh, the villain himself.
Oh, no.
The villain slides into the nearby body of a TV news anchor.
Ooh.
And this newsman sort of sits up with his head slightly on a wonk, cricks his neck over, looks around, surveying the room. Come out wherever you are, he says. This is not the voice of the news anchor that you've heard on TV. Oh, he goes again. That sucks.
That does suck.
He grabs the other news anchor, the pretty blonde Dolly Bird news anchor who gets to do all the fluff stories, sort of pulls her over and holds her up over the desk. And you can see a pulse of energy pass out of her and into him.
That's probably not
No,
good.
actually, you can't.
Oh.
He grabs her by the neck and he holds her up, and you can see he's trying to do something and it's not working. And so in a fit of rage, he goes, snaps her neck and throws her nowhere near where you are, completely on the opposite side of the room.
Right.
But it was like he tried to use some kind of supernatural power and it didn't work.
Long may that continue.
The event.
Except for the murdering of the news anchors.
Yeah, apart from that bit. No more of that.
That's
The
definitely a
signal
crime.
is still going out.
Oh,
The event again. Oh,
what?
bad luck. It's right there.
How rubbish is this?
That's pretty bad.
Very
The
rubbish.
city is at risk now. The city has 2/3 controlled. The
I suppose we could
minions.
move.
The minions. The first group of minions burst out onto the roof, and on the roof, Alden, Jim, Justice, and Duke
Yes,
Newcomb,
Supreme.
Supreme.
Supreme. Chicken Supreme.
That's what I
Duke
was
Newcomb Chicken Supreme. Goes in the
What?
microwave.
These
This
are
group
salad.
of those glassy-eyed minions come staggering out onto the roof. They're clutching makeshift weapons like crowbars and wrenches and things like that.
Very makeshift then.
Have we got a makeshift weapon called the transmission tower?
Nearly.
Well, let's find out. Ally, it's the ghost cats.
Oh, thank goodness they're still going.
Doom, 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 doom. What are the ghost cats going to do, Millie?
Savage, the newsreader,
Villain.
the villain.
He was probably mean to them.
Attack
Probably.
because they are ghostly and he is a possession. I wish I had a hero point to be able to make them only attack the possession,
Oh,
not
that would
the
be cool.
corporeal form.
That would, wouldn't it?
Oh, I used it before to divert the minions to make it easier to get around. Damn it.
I've got a feeling he's going to become even more villainous now as he murders all these ghost cats.
Ooh, double
Can you
dead.
really murder something
Mm.
that's already dead?
I think you can if you're a demon.
Who
And
have
if
we
it's a
got?
cat,
No.
We've got another group of minions. The other group
Oh.
of minions is the ones that are in the TV studio, and they're now searching the room looking for you, Millie. They pull a
Uh-oh.
guy out of a cupboard and drag him up to the news anchor, and he's
But not him.
blubbing and crying and saying, "It wasn't me, it wasn't me." You hear a gasp from underneath an audio box near you.
Mm.
And there's a young man in a suit. Looks like he's the guy that does the society reports. He's
Not
like,
gonna-
"You've got to help me get
Go and go downstairs. Don't go upstairs. That's what I'll say. Like, yeah.
Minions, the other group of minions in this room start heading your way. Just as this guy scrambles out from under his audio box and runs. Striker,
Aha! How are we progressing on the tower?
the tower is very dented and battered,
But still standing.
but still standing.
Oh.
Now you can act on the tower or you can act on the minions.
I will give covering battering for Duke, who can continue his fine work in ripping the legs off this mechanical tower. So I will swoop down and attempt to barrel away the minions.
Barrel
From-
away.
Barrel away.
Are you
Yeah.
using your signature weapon or are you going to use your flight as an attack?
Well, it's a bit both, really. But mostly there will be signature weaponing
Okay.
and swooping into.
I like the way you've chosen not to land in order to not have to recharge your flight power. It's good thinking.
No. Why would I ever land? I could fly. Oh, runaway dice. Where did that go? That doesn't count. Boop-de-boop. That's better. It's a lowly 13.
That's good though, right?
That is good. Low number's good.
Low number's good. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you flip it for the damage, so it's 31.
Oh, right.
So you barrel into them and do 31 damage to the first one, drawing their ire and their fire.
Can I spend a hero point and use my striker ability to reduce the size of the minion squad by 2?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
some of them fall off the roof.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Might just happen that way. So yes, the minion squad is significantly reduced as you bash into them and send some of them flying.
Duke, bring this tower down! I'll hold them back.
Next up, don't know if you can see it, it's the minor villain.
Minor villain.
The pretty blonde news anchor stands back up again,
Oh,
gets a hold of her own head, cricks it back into place with this horrible sound of
make my
bone on
neck
bone.
hurt.
And as she looks around, you can see that her eyes have gone completely featureless black on the inside.
I think now might be time for necromancy.
Yes, I'm thinking so.
And she starts sniffing. I smell witch.
That's a bit rude. Oh, it's the villain.
It's the major bad guy villain. So he gets a go for each of you, I'm afraid. But it's fine. You've left Millie in the room alone with him. There's no way anything bad could happen.
Yeah.
Justice, please remember that Lenore can have my books, and I might be making a sidekick character next
And
week.
he starts chanting and intoning in a language that you've seen written but never really been able to read.
Oh, make notes.
Yeah.
Jim, can you roll your super sense power, please?
88.
No, you do not succeed in noticing someone calling on the power of the rift, I'm afraid.
Oh.
And space-time starts to get a little bit wobbly inside the room. Everything is overlaid with this blasted hellscape of black volcanic glass in these jagged shapes. And you can see sort of strange, lean, hunting hound-like things patrolling towards you. Oh, there's no way this ends well.
No.
Complication. However, the complication was the guy who was running, so he runs out the door, which means that you've completed another complication.
Hero point.
You.
So you get a hero point, and your media reputation will go up if that guy lives.
Oh, good.
If a big tower doesn't fall on him. Is that the event?
That's a minion roll.
Okay, good.
So the minions have worked out where you are, and this small crew of techs and office workers starts just pushing stuff out of the way and advancing directly on your location, Millie.
Uh-oh.
Leaving our last action for the round to be our tank,
Hey!
which is Jim.
Let's
Bring it down.
bring it down.
So super strength it.
04.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
that is very good.
Do you want to spend a hero point to make this a powerful attack?
Yes.
I think it might be a good idea. Otherwise, we're going to lose Dunchester.
You rip this thing out of the roof and hold it up over your head. There's cables still slightly attached to it. There's sparks flying everywhere.
Could I intend to open a portal and throw it through it.
Ooh, nice touch.
Nice.
Well, let me just shuffle the initiative deck and then we'll see. My best shuffling face.
I
First
still
up
prefer
is
Millie's face.
Ally.
the ally, the ghost cats. The ghost cats are still doing their thing.
Go.
The ghost cats are distracting the villain.
Good.
This is perfect.
Good job, ghost cats.
And then it's your
And the
go,
hellhounds
Millie.
chasing them around.
All right.
You've got this group of minions advancing towards you.
Right. So one of
Have
my
you been taking time tokens off your explosions?
I am now. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I notice your illusions are still fully charged
I know I could use, but I'm saving that because I want to
for
use
when
that
they
for
try and hit you.
they hit me and actually I'm on the other side of the room or something.
You want to Loki it.
Yeah, I want to be.
Or they hit themselves, or
Yeah. Stop hitting
Stop hitting
yourself.
yourselves.
So, the ghost cats distract him, and then can I just I don't have to do the superpower version. Can I just do like minor explosion? Not minor illusion, minor explosion.
Just the regular level explosion.
Yeah.
I don't think you can because you've used explosions.
I thought you could just use them just as an attack rather
Oh
than.
no, you're right. That is the power stunt you can't reuse.
Yeah.
Crack on. Explosion attack.
I'm going to explode them. I'm going to make explosions.
Just the minions.
On the minions.
Pate.
Except I can't because I rolled an
pate.
82.
Oh, bad luck.
Yeah. And like, what can the hero point do? Can the hero point reduce my roll?
The hero point on explosions can add points to it.
I can't just reduce a roll by 10 or 20 or something with a hero point.
Points.
I think there may be specifics for that because I have ones about precision attack.
Increase
where I
your
can
chance of
swap
success.
the oh,
It will
there
add
you go.
10%, but also a challenge dice.
So if I use it,
You'll get 10% more,
I will succeed.
Less.
I'll increase my explosions to 90.
but it
means I
will add a
succeed.
complication dice,
But you'll
which
roll
may or
that.
may not complicate things.
But then you might get another hero point. So you know.
Yeah, I will do that. I'll take that chance. Done.
Okay, there is no complication.
It was worth it.
Oh,
I
shame.
explode them. I only do, what would that be? I rolled an 82, so that's what, 28 points?
28 points of damage. So you kind of explode them all back a little bit.
Back off!
The Jubilee moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
very much so.
The villain has apparently stuck his hand into the mass of the ghost cat
No.
army and has got hold of them somehow, even though his physical form is tangible.
This is not acceptable.
And he's wrestling with this cloud of ghost cat.
I want Jock, the comic book artist Jock, to draw this scene because they drew all the face huggers in Dredd versus Alien in that scene where Dredd is fighting, and that was an awesome thing. I want Jock to draw this scene. It's very good.
While he has managed to grab hold of them, he hasn't done very much damage to them.
Nice.
Good.
It's slippery buggers, ghost cats. Incidentally, the reason I'm flashing these up like that in front of my face is because I'm not actually looking at the cards either. The next card is the event.
No. We broke the tower.
You've broken the tower, but it was still connected. It's on
Oh,
Jim's
what?
go that he's portaling it out of here.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh well, time to move.
Let's go to New Eden, folks.
Let's do that.
Everything's fine there.
There we
It's
go.
okay. It's not over yet. All right. However, that's another event card, which
You
doesn't
sure about
count
that?
anymore because we've maxed the event. And that is the broadcast enslaves the city. Chaos breaks out.
Oh crap.
The minor villain, the lesser demon inhabiting the body of the other news anchor,
Stefan.
comes charging towards you, Millie,
Uh-oh.
now that you've given away your location, and leaps at you in an attempt. As she leaps, her fingers elongate into demonic clawed hands, and she's going to try and slash you up,
Oh no.
but not with an 86. She's not.
Oh,
She
phew.
comes flying towards you, her head still not quite attached straight, and she kind of flies past you, crashing into the buffet table and knocking all of the stale donuts over. She screams in rage as she does so. Striker,
Hello.
Colonel William J.
Yeah.
Alden,
Yes. So
you feel this sort of pulse go out across the roof, there's a wrongness to it. Jim, you can't help but feel this. The rift has been activated and it's just pulsed power out across the whole city. The city has become enthralled to the toller of bells.
Oh dear.
That tastes foul when it should taste fair.
What do you wish to do, Alden?
Do I think the Duke has this and can... well, it may be too late anyway, but we should destroy the tower. But the minions boiling out onto the roof. I fear for Miss Valentine. I would like to swoop down the stairs in
You
search
do
of her.
indeed swoop down the stairs then. Give us a flight roll.
I can't remember what level my flight was, but anyway, it's a 53. So yes,
It's going to be enough either way.
Yep.
So you pull out a last burst of speed and you sweep through them. You fly down the stairs and find the door of the TV studio is open.
Aha!
And inside chaos has erupted.
Boo!
There's a TV news anchor who you don't really like. He's a bit up himself. Thinks he's important because he reads the important stories. He appears to be fighting an army of ghost cats and winning.
Oh.
The pretty news anchor who tells the nice puff piece stories has giant demonic slashing claws and is
That's
behind a
not
buffet
normal.
table circling back around towards Victoria, who's stood in the center of the room with an army of minions on one side, this shrieking she-demon on the other side, directly across from
A burning broadcast suite.
burning broadcast studio, which is on fire, and the toller of bells inhabiting the body of a newsreader. Everything's a little bit swirly.
Just a
I
standard
take in
mustache.
the situation.
You take in the
Villain.
situation, and then the villain acts once more.
Boo.
Oh, boo.
And this sort of dark black light starts pouring out of him and into the cats and guinea pigs and gerbils and
Oh,
rats.
not the cat!
And as it sort of swirls around them, they sort of stop biting him and start to draw themselves into his palms.
Oh, dear.
The spirit energy is sucked into his hands,
Leave my
and he
cats
kind of
alone.
hunches up a little bit as the energy is pulled into him, and his fingers extend into claws as well.
The bastard.
Yeah.
I know.
And at that
Clearly
point, he
the villain.
leaps across the room directly at Justice. Dun, dun,
That's
dun,
right,
dun, dun.
foul villain. Pick on someone your own size.
And he does, and he slams into you,
Ow.
hand to hand. You know, that proper superhero wrestling pose thing. You catch him, he catches you, and then you feel your strength ebb from you as
What?
he draws forth your immortality and life essence into himself. He's trying to suck your essence dry. He's drawing your strength into himself. You can feel yourself weakening as he gets stronger. He opens his mouth and his tongue whips out in a great big long whiplash thing. You
I do not
my
consent.
power.
Do not consent. No.
Jim,
Can I hear Justice not consenting?
not really
Very
over the sound of
loudly.
yourself roaring and picking up this sparking TV
yeah.
antenna.
Yeah, I'm going to open a portal and javelin it through it.
Where are you sending the portal?
Is there some form of river or lake nearby?
There is indeed the river, which you can just about see.
If not, some small child's playground or something. No, the river.
So you cast this antenna into the river. From up on the roof, you can now see loads of people starting to converge on this place. People are walking out of houses, shops, offices, and marching like zombies towards the TV studio.
Oh, good.
Okay.
The upstairs minions then fall upon you.
Okay.
They are just as effective as the last group of minions who tried to attack you. And they kind of try to barrel you down with their forms, but you're super strong and they're not. So they're kind of crawling all over you and hanging onto your arms. And you're like that one big, strong uncle at a children's birthday party for a 5-year-old.
Oh.
There's a beautiful supernatural metaphor for you.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Okay, I will get ready to deliver them with great gravity again.
The gift
Okey-dokey.
of gravity. The gift that keeps on giving.
Supreme gravity.
The minions inside get tangled up in the buffet table trying to get to Victoria, slipping and sliding on donut debris and spilt coffee.
I did explode lots of things.
Seriously, like they only had to get another 10% and they'd have had you. And then finally, whoosh, the last group of minions who are also downstairs
How many minions?
are going to try and put out the fire in the production room.
Oh, no.
And they're also not successful. These minions are rubbish.
Good.
Just as well.
Now take them out of the mix. So that takes us to our next initiative round. First up is whoosh, the ally, the ghost cats. They're dead. Sorry, ghost cats.
Oh. Boo.
Should have taken those out. The event, that's concluded.
A hometown is enslaved.
Mini Demon is coming for you once again, Millie.
All right.
She's going to strafe at you with her claws.
Sure.
And she hits, but she lends a slash that goes right into your body and would cut all the way down you. What do you want to do? Has she hit you? Or was it all an illusion?
Can I feel
4
this
time
demon
tokens.
going for her?
You're starting to be able to be aware of the power rising inside, yes.
Yeah. So would I be able to spend an hero point to reduce damage on Millie? Could I feel
No,
this
you have
demon
to
trying
physically
strike her?
be there to interpose yourself.
I tried, Millie. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I wasn't really there. I've just put 4 time tokens on illusion to avoid that.
So she slashes through your form, and as she does, it kind of dissolves like water.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out you weren't there all along. Where are you instead?
I'm in this place. I'm just
You're still in the room, yeah.
The other end of the buffet table. Like,
damn you, buffet table, my one weakness.
Yeah.
Tank, Jim.
Yes.
You
I
could
am
take the
going to-
shortcut way to get downstairs.
Yeah. Well, I've got these minions all over me, so we're gonna feel the supreme gravity and jump off the roof again.
Situation. I get it now.
Oh, that's a lot of damage. Roll your toughness. You need to beat 68.
16.
Which reverses to 61, which means that you take 7 points of damage from a 5-story fall.
it's fine.
That's fine. That'll be fine in like 10 minutes. It's like, oh, a minor bruise.
The bastards.
The upstairs minions, they're clawing, they're scratching at you. They're not having very much effect at all because you're super tough and super strong.
Mm-hmm.
And they've all just been bounced off the roof for 60 odd points of damage. They're out of the fight. striker, Aldoon.
Aha! So we have the situation of Stephanie.
You're in hand-to-hand wrestling combat with a demon who's
with
trying
the
to suck your
villain.
life essence out.
With the tone
Well,
of vowels.
Having none of that. I'm too pure for your warty tongue. I clong him round the
Tonight
head.
on things I did not expect to hear.
Oh, wow.
Just like to smack him round the head with my flail of justice, please.
Okie dokie.
Just cause I would none of this. Oh dear. Anyway, that's a 30 something. 31.
Now let him.
Aye.
31 reverses to 13. Not a lot of damage. The damage that you do to him just seems to disappear as you do.
Do you spend a hero point to up the damage, or are you saving it for something?
Yeah, but
cool?
only a bit.
Only by
Oh,
Not
10.
really worth it.
is that it?
It's not worth it when it's that low.
If I power stunted my signature weapon,
Hmm.
I can make it a precision attack, and then I can swap those numbers round.
Ah.
Oh.
What would that give you? 31.
That would give me 13 to hit, and then 31 damage.
It's better.
It's better. Let's do that. I need
Okay.
2 time tokens on my signature weapon then.
Oh, Millie, this is so good. The graphics.
It
useful,
is
isn't it?
nice.
These are
Useful, innit?
really handy. Love those graphics. This is why you need a producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. But I don't think I have his tongue kind of wrapped around my arm, and I'm banging him around the head with the
No,
scales.
it's his hands. The tongue is just sort of lashing
Oh.
around grossly.
Not
He,
happy with
however,
the tongue.
cannot use that power again just yet because it's got 2 time tokens on it at the minute.
Good.
Phew.
Bong.
Unhand me, you foul fiend.
So he does unhand you, lets you go,
Ah, well,
And then
that was easier
turns
than I
and
thought.
jumps out of a window.
Do you?
Well, clearly I was too pure and have driven him off.
You may want to consider chasing.
Or I could
Oh,
pursue.
the event's over.
Uh-oh.
Yes, now you have to give pursuit because he's enslaved the whole city.
Crap.
Fortunately, Millie.
Um.
Fortunately, the Millie.
Exploding.
Well, I don't know if there's anything else I should explode. I could explode.
Him.
Is he?
His head.
I will. I will be very cross that my cats are dead
Again.
again. Yeah. All right. If I run to the window,
Yep.
can I see him?
Yes, absolutely.
Um.
He can't fly or anything. He's literally barreling it down a fire escape.
Oh right.
Oh.
Okay.
I was
Um,
expecting something
it's quite-
so much more
Quite
dramatic.
disappointing when you get there. It's like, oh, he's
I'm
running
off the
down the
fire
stairs.
escape.
Like, in terms of like comic book cool, I want to try and like suck the life force back out, like, you know, draw the bad guy, the demon out using my necromancy. But mechanically, I'm better off just exploding him.
Loading.
Plus, in fairness, possession is how he manifests. So I don't think necromancy would do it because he's not dead. Nor is his host yet.
No. So
Okay.
kill the host.
Kill the
and
host,
then...
you're saying?
Yes. I think that's what he's saying.
Hmm.
I think this is definitely a case of the needs of the many.
I'm gonna.
Luckily, Justice is already at street level.
I'm gonna try
Not
and.
Justice.
Duke's
Duke him.
Yeah. I'm going to try and explode the fire escape or something around him with the hope that
Yep.
he will fall. And at least,
Okay.
like, land
Oh,
kind of thing.
badly.
Yeah, land badly, or that'll slow him down even more because he'll have to get up and Duke will be there clotheslining him or whatever. You can open
Okay,
up
do your explosion.
Yeah.
And we'll see what damages him more, the explosion or the gravity.
That's a 52, so that's explosion. I mean, you see, necromancy would have worked there. I would have done it.
Yep, so he takes 32 points of damage from the fall. And how much from the explosion?
So it's 52, so 25.
25. So he's blasted off the fire escape, crashes into the ground, sort of pulls himself up. He's clearly injured now.
Good. That was for the cats.
That was for the cats. And on his go, he is going to try and slash at Duke Supreme with his
Duke
demonic
Supreme.
cat claws.
He even stole the cat's claws.
Yeah.
Not
So
acceptable.
rude.
He is life drained.
Hmm.
And so he does 13 points of damage, Jim, but you can soak it with your super toughness.
Yes, please. Um, 66.
Yeah, you're fine. You're nigh on invulnerable. His slashing at you with these feeble little kitty claws has no effect. Minions upstairs, they're penned in, Millie. You've got them where you want them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be looking around for you again this go.
Oh, well.
And then the last go that the villain's going to attempt is another claw-based assault. Wow, 16 whole points of damage. He's just sort of lashing out like a cornered animal now.
Have 100.
Is that to me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have 100?
Have I got to roll it again? Yeah.
Yep. Soak.
26.
Yeah.
Yep, you're fine. So once again, he fails to. I might just swap out those dice and use the dark ones because they look more sinister.
I've got my pretty sparkly green ones.
Ooh, sparkly.
I have got
I've got
two,
my-
like, black and black.
I'm using the ones that came with the Spectaculars box set. You get 7 sets of D100s.
Nice.
Millie, you're up first.
Ooh, me? So what I'm gathering here is I get to take away that time token
Yep.
Mhm.
and that time token, critically the necromancy one.
He's still not dead.
He's still not dead.
Saying. Stephanie's dead. You could raise her.
Yeah. Oh,
Nobody cares about poor Stephanie,
Who's Stephanie?
the weather girl.
Oh, yeah. Or Stephanie.
Poor Stephanie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm.
The other news anchor who's possessed by a demon, he killed her first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You stuff her back in her old body.
What would happen there? Ooh, interesting. I'll look down then. I'll look down there and see that he's fighting Duke and be like, oh, well, yeah. Be like that. All right. And come away from the window and look at Stephanie, the demon weather girl. Wish I had the sense to have a smartphone because I could probably get some good advertising revenue off the clip of her being a demon weather girl. Put it on social media on the TikTok Creators Fund.
Our forecast is rain of acid.
Reign of destruction and reign of terror. And then use I'm gonna try and necromancy, like raise her, make a minion out of her, and hopefully that'll
Okay, use necromancy then.
Yeah. So I need to roll under 60%. Oh, that's a 14.
Yay!
And she kind of hauls up, stops, starts twitching and thrashing around. The head does that flicky backwards and forwards thing that you can't quite make out the features on because it's moving so fast. You've just caused her to become possessed by herself. Is it you've like anti-possessed?
Yeah.
Next up is Jim.
Tank.
Stanky
Pummeling.
Clark.
I am going to try and remove some mortar from the brickwork of the building with his face.
Oh, you're getting an advantage dice for that shout.
Yes.
With head
Just
face.
kind of running his face up and down the building.
She's gratering him.
34.
Nice.
Plus an advantage, so that's an additional, that's 43, 53 points of damage to his face as you run him along the wall side. He shrieks in rage as he does so, and then he is going to attempt
to break free.
Oh, for the love of...
Duke Supreme.
He slams his clawed fist into your face and starts trying to suck the life essence out of you. And as he does so, he comes up against the demon inside you. And he's trying to suck the human life essence out of you. And the demon gets in the way. And he can't get any of your life essence. He rolled 98. That'll teach me to switch dice. Always be true to your dice, kids.
You cannot get into my supreme mind.
There's already a demon in there.
It's already full.
The next group of minions are going to try and assault Justice.
Never.
Which they do rather successfully, taking 40 points of damage, please, Mr. Justice.
Or 0.
Ha! It will take more than that to take me down, miscreants.
What are you stopping them with?
Just flexing.
Oh, okay, just
His
flexing.
face.
So you actually take the damage, but
Yeah.
you act like it doesn't hurt. Seems fair.
Ha!
Stephanie
Oh.
is in a fight with herself right
Yeah.
now. She can't talk right now. Please leave a message and Stephanie will get back to you. Justice.
So I have a bunch of minions beating
You have a
on me.
bunch of minions beating on you with wrenches and pipes, and like one of them's got a dinner tray.
Victoria seems safe. I'm more concerned with the big bad. Am I able to burst out from the minions and swoop out the window or the door or whatever it was?
Yes, if you make a flight check,
Okay.
I mean, you can effectively fly them down there with you.
Flight check. That would be a yes. That would be a 28.
Okay,
Kind of
so
sweep them
you
forward
sweep
with my
them with you,
wings of
taking a whole group of
justice.
minions out of the window with you, slamming them into the ground as you go.
Fresh air is
And you
sometimes
are
the
now-
best medicine.
Down and ready to fight. Unfortunately, it is the go of Villain Man. However, he's used his one supernatural power. He's desperately trying to escape, which he's not going to do with that. He's got one last chance because both of his cards ended up at the end. Good for some, bad for others. Come on, villain. Do we want the villain to escape? Not.
No.
No, we don't. He breaks free of Duke Supreme, rips himself out of Duke Supreme's hands, and pulls back. Like the whole side of his face is an absolute ruin. His kitty claws are starting to retract ever so slowly. The purple light energy around his hands is waning. He tries to slash once again at Jim, doing 20 points of damage. Probably not.
Probably not.
It's not a difficult one to evade.
66.
Yeah. Scratchy, scratchy.
Oh no, portal was 60.
Yeah, so you're fine. Super toughness is 70.
Absolutely fine. All right, this guy should definitely be trying to escape at this point. He's doing all he can to run away. And gangs of citizens have begun rioting in the streets.
Take him down.
There's huge armies converging on the TV studio. There's rioting in the streets. You can hear police sirens. No, you can't hear police sirens because they're also rioting in the streets.
I have the sirens on for fun.
Yeah. The villain turns and runs,
Boo.
heading off in the direction
Whereas I go, I
of
do something.
Southdown as quickly as his little legs can carry him, which isn't terribly quickly given that one of you can fly, the other one can portal.
Yeah.
But he breaks free and he runs, and he's halfway across the car park before you can do anything.
Can we do the fun thing where you put a portal in front of him and then you put a portal behind you and he just clothesline him as he runs through it?
You absolutely can. He is approaching the edge of your vision. He vaults over the fence, 10-foot straight jump over the fence, and he's heading off into the distance. Millie, upstairs, the minions are beginning to circle around you now, and they're going to try and beat you with their poles and pipes and wrenches, and they start wailing on you with them. Can you take 73 points of damage?
Ow! I
Ow.
want to take 73 points of damage, but I have
No.
no choice.
Oof. Wow.
So that comes off your resistance at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
But still, ow.
Ow, indeed, yeah. That was a lot. Sorry, that's the best the bad guys have rolled all night.
Yeah.
Tank, Jim, it's portal o'clock.
Portal in front of him. Portal light in front of me. And I'm going to swing and... Well, yeah, no, we'll do that, yeah.
Well, roll your portal, and we'll
Yep.
accept your portal as damage for the swing as you...
11.
Yep.
Your portal definitely opens right in front of him, and he blunders through it, and you punch him in the face for 11 more points of damage as he comes portaling right back out into you at maximum speed. Millie.
Run!
Yeah, I'm hurt. That wasn't good. That
Big
was...
explosion back, though.
I do have my explosion, yeah. And I get a little bit of tokens back. That's good. I'm gonna do that thing that they do in D&D and position the area so it gets the back of them all, but not me.
Give it a go.
With my
I'm
explosion.
going to add a complication dice to that.
All right.
So add 10 to whatever you roll.
That'd be 96.
So you are caught in your own explosion.
Uh-oh.
And you
Crispy Valentine.
crispified. It doesn't kill you. You are, however, blown up and out of action for the immediate future.
Eek.
Doesn't kill because this is superheroes. But the first thing that it does is when you take enough damage, it takes you out of the action.
Ouch.
I mean, if you guys don't manage to resolve the situation downstairs, then it's Coyton's.
Well, we've lost Dunchester, so, you know.
That too.
Yeah.
Alden, you're up.
So
This guy's just been portaled right in front of you.
Excellent. I would like to clock him in the face. Yeah.
You can use your power stunt on your signature weapon as well.
Who's that back?
That's back.
It kind of depends whether I need it or not.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to declare before I roll or after I roll?
After you roll is fine. Come on, 19, eh?
Yeah, that would be nice. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Well, 29.
For the viewers at home, Alden's shoulder is currently calculating damage.
Yes, 29. I don't know what
29?
damage would be for
That's
yeah.
actually better than 19
Well, there we go.
because that's 92 points of damage
Nice.
if you use your signature power.
Let's do that then. Taste justice.
As you encourage him to taste justice. And you purge him from the individual that he is possessing, mostly through the medium of brutally murderizing the individual he is possessing.
He was aiding and abetting.
He
You may
was.
be the toller of bells, but I am the toller of justice.
And you club him to the ground. Jim, you sense the rift flare as the toller of bells is sucked back into the Shriven realm, exiled from the mortal world.
No. What's happened?
I shall step forward and I shall give Justice a supreme backslap.
Ta-da. No.
Ah, your signature move. Yes.
We're all like swapping faces right now.
We are.
What?
I know. I don't know what
Hey,
happened.
up, I'm Jim.
Right, so
You've banished
Justice-
the toller of bells from this realm, and with a stench of sulfur and brimstone, a burnt hole appears on the ground. And in that burnt hole, you can sense the demonic energies dissipating. The news anchor, who was the host to Unan Zacchaeus, kind of burbles out a breath through his mashed up face.
What's that? You repent your life choices? Wise.
I think I should take advantage of me being in Ben's position and give Millie and Justice a load of hero points.
I agree.
That's abuse of power. It seems fair. So yes, you can all have a hero point because you have just defeated. Mind you, it's not going to be much use to you. I'll give you a hero point at the start of the next session
Hey.
because you can't really use it now. Now,
I don't know what happened there, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, went
in the aftermath, picking through the ruins of the TV station, you find the burned and battered, unconscious body of Victoria Valentine,
Miss
clinging on to
Valentine!
life
No!
with all that's left in her.
I will
Jim,
tenderly
you
pick my
are
sidekick up.
drawn to the news anchor's desk, and on the news anchor's desk you find a mysterious clay disc about the size of a vinyl record, split in two by a jagged crack. If you piece it back together, you can see that there are lots of elaborate symbols etched on it, a variation included of the symbol of possession that had been etched on people, the signature of Unan Zacchaeus.
I shall pick it up and put it in my supreme inside pocket of my supreme suit.
Okay.
It was a supreme handbag.
Can you make a roll on your sense thing?
Yes, of course I can. 11 again.
This is a broken seal of binding.
Okay.
One of several, but you don't know how many. This implies that the gateway between here and there is weakened.
Okay.
I think we should take poor Miss Valentine back to our Temple of Justice and
Can I
see if
croak?
the healing energies
Be
can
like,
save her
Hospital.
poor life.
Not the actual
Temple!
hospital.
Ancient
Hospital.
temple of Mistress Themesis.
Medicine.
Do you
Where
think
the
we should
healing
take her to
powers-
accident and emergency, or should we take her back to our Tower of Justice?
Tower of Justice, clearly.
It's more a sort of basement of rivers.
Yes.
Doctors.
Dank water. Does the
Medicine.
wonder for wounds.
Well,
Drugs.
Justice is going to be carrying her down the stairs carefully and gingerly in his cloak of justice. If medical professionals would like to intercede as he exits the building,
Well, they're
that's up
unlikely to
them.
be able to because, frankly, at this point,
Is it still
they're
chaos?
all coming out of being possessed themselves.
What about the animal nurse? Maybe she could help.
The vet. Yeah.
Maybe she
I'm not-
could. It's true. So
Well-
you get Victoria Valentine out and you take her to a place that is not this place. And you creep away from the Pyrrhic victory that you've had over the Toller of Bells and
One
inch
of
your
us got
way to
burned,
safety.
so, you know.
Now, after the first session, after
Mhm.
you've played your first session with the hero, take one of the hero progress sheets and fill it out.
Oh,
So
okay.
a permanent place to track your hero's powers and identity. And the hero progress sheets are the ones that look, I think,
This is exciting.
like this. Oh, look, it's a blank piece of paper.
Looks like an almost blank. Yes.
Yeah,
I can
anyway,
see
you've got
it.
them. And we
on
can
the
start
PDF.
looking at your origin stories, how you got your
Ooh.
powers, random tables if you want to use them. Tie your origin story into the setting elements, and you can start developing aspirations and turmoils. And aspirations and turmoils are the ways that you can use to develop your character. So your aspirations represent life goals associated with your civilian identity, ambitions you want to achieve. No, I need that. There we go. So, for example, I want to invent something that makes the world a better place. I want to bring down a crime lord. Successful aspirations become triumphant successes or take unexpectedly tragic or difficult turns. Turmoils represent things in your hero's personal and professional life that they worry about and lose sleep over. Nobody takes me seriously. I'm in a love triangle. My ailing father needs money for medical bills, that kind of thing. Successful turmoils drive you on. Now, as you participate in the ongoing thing, you develop story progress. You mark off a story progress whenever you complete an aspiration or turmoil. Each time you fill it in, cross it out, you get a story reward.
Ooh.
Story rewards can include things like new skills, extra hero points, getting back into the fight, improving your survivability, getting better with your power, adding new powers.
Ooh, okay.
Practicing with your powers can reduce the amount of time tokens that you have to spend before you can use them again. So that could be very useful.
Yeah.
You can add a 65% skill to your civilian identity's powers, gain extra hero points per conflict.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling a montage.
Yeah, we're looking at sort of a between scenes montage, and we'll hash that out a little bit on the Discord as we go between this week and next. And then join us again next week for... It's only my phone. It's
Dun,
not
dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. Scenario 2, a bridge too far. Bum, bum. Chaos erupting on a 4-lane bridge at the edge of the city in the middle of rush hour. And that's where we'll pick up. Now, join us on the Discord where you'll be able to help me create the villain for that piece,
Nice.
just like Matt does,
Yeah.
and hang out with the players, talk absolute crap, intimidate 14-year-old children,
That's
all
your
the
job.
usual things. But thank you very much. We've been Garbler Games. This has been Spectaculars, the UK edition, Eldritch Mysteries. Do join us tomorrow when we've got some Coriolis.
Yeah,
Coriolis.
bathhouse episode.
Space.
Space. Swim.
Oh,
Clean,
Not in
getting-
space,
Getting
on a
clean
planet.
on a planet in space when we've got about half an hour to find the emissary. It's great.
Yeah, we can totally do that in that
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
I'm hopped up on psychics that I injected.
Uh-huh.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah, it's all fine.
Also tomorrow, Spectacular's US edition. Come and see what strange new shenanigans the group get up to as they are hounded and hunted by some kind of superpowered assassin beast, which sounds pretty cool. And also Nightlight is in it.
And Meatman. Meatman's brilliant.
And Meatman.
It's my favourite.
Then on Wednesday, we've got Achtung Cthulhu this week.
Nothing this week.
Next week.
This is
Nothing this
chill
week. Nothing this week on Wednesday. We'd be chilling on Wednesday.
Chilling this week.
Chill, chill, chill.
Thursday, we've got Aliens Frontier War.
Yes. More
Are they
dead
still
Marines.
going fishing or deep shafting, or which one are they on at the minute?
Quiet Catch. We are
Catch.
part 3. This is the longest we've taken on a mission so far. Working Joe has just killed Gabriel, so Dan will be on his 3rd character after this mission.
I'd say it's character building, but it literally is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm reliably informed that next week on Wednesday we'll be having some Achtung Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Also on Thursday this week, as well as Aliens, on Garblag US, there's going to be some Blades in the Dark, which we've pretty much all been reading in the last week or two. Not Millie. Millie hasn't. Millie hasn't fed that addiction.
No.
But a lot of us have been reading that and discussing it, and it looks very, very cool. So Matt's going to be running some of that. I think it's Matt. It might be Aaron.
Oh, I don't
It is Matt. Yes, no, it is Matt.
Tune
Aaron's
in
going to run one in the
Thursday,
future.
9
Tune in
9
Thursday to find out.
9 p.m. CST.
And then on Friday, come back again as we have episode 2 of the debauched, insane, categorically not safe for work vampire game that is Hot Vampire Summer. What will we dress up as this week? Will I still look like Uncle Fester? Who knows? Anyway, thank you and good night. We've been Garbler Games. Peace out. Don't forget to love each other.